Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
The first pure kicker ever in the Hall of Fame, Jan Stenerud, to get us started. And we are underway from MetLife. Stadium.
Let's go, folks.
First down. Peyton. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns. Excellent job on that play. A big, big loss. 18 yards. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Peyton. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Jackson buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
Intercepted. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. They'll start here with Jackson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
No score after one on EA Sports.
The end of the first quarter with no score.
The last run good for two. Here's second and 8.
Protein spill. Switch.
Now a give right side. It's Jackson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 17-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Allen to throw it. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Check out Nova.
Jackson throwing again. And that is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
I'm going for bench.
They go play action with Jackson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because Just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Jackson. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They go play action now. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up past the 20. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing again on second down. Jackson, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Check 26. Hands, yeah. Check,
now Jackson. Flushed out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now it's Jackson. Finding room inside the 40. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Play action. Now Jackson. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 17 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try to move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson. He spins through. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing is Allen on third. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Going for it on 4th down. Allen. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Randy Moss as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be taken short. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Baby, that's baby shot. Watch out.
They'll run on first down. Jackson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 49ers' 44-yard line.
Check 52 to mine. Hey, keep it up.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Third down and 11.
I smell fear now.
To throw on third down, Allen. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To throw again on second down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to float this over, throw it across his body, and